Okay, engine stop. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
281-480-7663 or go online to BrinkmanQuality.com. That's BrinkmanQuality.com. Nothing to protect them. By the way, former President Trump has endorsed Governor Abbott and Lieutenant. We talked about the Jalisco cartel in Mexico responding to the hugs, not drugs. I'm sorry, hugs, not bullets policy from the president of Mexico. And the Jalisco cartel responded by kidnapping several members of that elite police force in the state of Guanajuato, tortured them, murdered them, got the names and addresses of fellow officers, and now they're hunting down and murdering police officers at their homes on their days off in front of their families. So that's Mexico for you. Also, according to the Washington Free Beacon, the intelligence community is now warning the Biden administration of the terror threat level at the Mexican border. In April, Border Patrol officers arrested 2 Yemeni nationals. That's right, nationals from Yemen, who are on a terrorist watch list. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Yemen is nowhere near
down this week with Project Veritas to discuss the discrimination that CBS is enforcing upon its employees. Tune in to Project Veritas for my full story.
I love the fact that these reporters times that they themselves were practicing Jim Crow. Anyway, it's when it's convenient, they just flip and flop. On these positions. They act like, oh, it'd be a disaster if Mitch McConnell did it. President Trump did it.
InspireSleep.com. Inspire Sleep Apnea.
Downtown, 28 minutes. On SkyMike, problem-free. Katy to downtown, 28 minutes. On SkyMike at the GulfCoastWindows.com, 24-hour traffic center.
From our KTRH John Moore Services 24-hour weather center.
Sure. I'm not either. But let me ask you this. Here's another thing. What if I work in the Human Resources Department and I'm in a completely different building, I'm nowhere near patients, and I work for Houston Methodist, and they just fired me because I didn't get a vaccine?
Good question.
That guy called into my show about 3 weeks ago.
Look, there are going to be all sorts of nuances, increases, and exceptions to the rule, and that whether or not those people fell into the exemptions that Methodists provided, I have no idea. But there is going to be certain businesses that I think, and the courts will support.
And then they're basically taking that. People can be asymptomatic, get in a car wreck or get in a motorcycle wreck. It's just within 28 days of the actual PCR positive death, they're listed as COVID deaths. So that's made a massive number of these deaths be basically due to being PCR positive, not actually having the disease COVID-19. The number's hard to really estimate. As we saw in Alameda County, I think in California, there's at least 25% of the deaths they had to reassign as not being due to COVID. So the number is very, very large. And I can only say, the only thing I will say, Jimmy, is that what really shocked me, what the real tragedy is we never even tried to do early treatment on almost all of these patients. And the number would have been a lot less if we had actually gone after and done early treatment for these patients.
Yeah, but we, at first we didn't know what the best treatment was, but anybody who tried to raise their heads and say, hey, let's try a combination of any drug that Donald Trump had mentioned, then politically you got shot down for. We had politics of killing people.
Yeah, so, it's a life-based disease, and people are dying of the inflammation. They die from the respiratory distress, the thromboses. There should be nothing controversial.
To paint anti-Asian hate crime into a narrative of white supremacy. Now, of course, it's a false narrative. 28% of attackers against Asian Americans have been black, 25% have been white. It's not.
All right, let's take a break. 281-558-KS. I'm Chris X. We'll come back and we'll go to phones. We'll take your calls. 281-558-5738. We'll be right back.
Our trips out of our border, Guatemala and now Mexico City.
40 KTRH. Why are they woke? Have they been trained since college? Are they that liberal? Maybe there's more to it than just personal philosophy. Maybe they're so woke because there's money to be made.
about the future. And here's KTRH's Jeff Biggs.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be with the Republican Study. Let's take a break. Feels like criminals did. When Mayor Turner told him to take a break. Don't like it.
I live in Conroe. I live in Deer Park.
On this tag that are virtually unheard of and just about any other investment. You can head on over to GetTotalWealth.com.
Real specific about this stuff. But I think they need to be. And I think DeSantis is doing a better job of being specific than Greg Abbott does. Greg Abbott always seems to leave wiggle room for people who want to work around his edicts. He also said, Governor Abbott said, that Texas is open 100% without any restrictions.
The ability to choose now. I know Obamacare's out there. It's terrible. I hate it. Thank God I'm not on it. I'm
Surprised if we start looking at some temperatures in the
local experts at 713-722-5000. Right now, save $60. Regularly $129, now only $69. License number TACOB 56199E. Michael Berry only endorses TexasRenters.com.
Furniture, Asian American Studios. Hey, good morning. 6:01 now. You're on Houston's Morning News. I'm Jimmy Barrett along with Sheriff Pryor. Among your top stories this half hour, Derek Chauvin found guilty on all 3 counts. Maxine Waters doubles down on her comments and gets a lot of Democrat support. And coming up at 6:08, as the vaccine rates rise, the Consumer Price Index. Details in the minutes ahead. You're on Houston's Morning News. First, we're checking out your morning drive with Scott Mike.
I knew it. Gulf Freeway. I knew there was something there. Northbound at Broadway Park Place. That is an accident, and it's 123.
Shooting. Police were called out when a 16-year-old black woman, a 16-year-old black girl, apparently stabbed a couple of other girls and was attempting to stab and murder another young black.
back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward with fast, reliable internet on the network that can deliver gig speeds to most businesses and gives you the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next, and bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing offer. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution starting at just $64.90 a month for 12 months with a 2-year
career to be. They have no idea. No earthly idea.
I have ran into a few of those individuals as well, and what I've tried to encourage them to do is find something you're passionate about. Try to find something that is related to it that actually has employability and focus on the employability.
And we can't get people to build it. Hank Lewis, Lone Star College economist, joins us to talk about it next. First, let's do traffic and weather together. Here's Scott Mike.
Wait. Gotta get my ears on. I'm getting calls. I'm getting rumblings. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
being so industrious.
That's as fast as we are. Yes.
So if you experience heartburn after you eat some of your favorite foods, don't suffer anymore. Try Maddie's Acid and Indigestion Relief. I guarantee you'll love this product or we'll refund your money back. No questions asked. You can find Maddie's Acid and Indigestion Relief at Walmart.
I keep saying I love America. I can tell you that. I can tell you this. If they show up to my house, I'm not going to answer the door. Sorry. You can stand there and ring the doorbell all damn day long. I don't care. I'm not going to answer the door to those slappers.
Or whatever it is, we're being tested on the national and global stage every single day, and he's failing miserably.
I mean, they have got, I heard a figure, somewhere over.
President said, wide open for full speed. I'm Scott Mike of the GulfCoastWindows.com 24-hour traffic center.
There comes people
try to restrict the access, and that their motive is somehow cater to Trump's requirements that we do something to prevent it from ever happening. And that's another, one of these stupid
weeks. Former commercial airline pilot Josh Verde says carriers have been caught with their pants down as the country emerges from COVID.
The airlines either underestimated how quickly we would return to pre-COVID flying levels, or really just have had a challenge in finding qualified people.